just gonna go with it. Feeling the impulse to document my experience. So I came to spend some time with Gaia at one of my favorite spots down the road from my house. And I'm in my moment. And I'm loving it. And then there's a little bridge over here, and I hear some people kind of going back and forth, and I don't really think anything of it. And then I just kind of listened to their conversation, and there was a lot of very familiar, dysfunctional back and forth, right? Very reactive language to each other. And I thought, well, maybe I could just go give them a ride. I had seen them walking down the road earlier, and they probably got a ways to go. She was carrying a whole bunch of stuff. He's walking with a cane. And I said, they're probably just going back and forth because they're frustrated and they're hot and they're tired. Who knows? I'm putting all my projections, all my thoughts on what I think is going on here, right? And I said, no, just wait. And so I'm observing, just listening. They don't know I'm here. And it just dawned on me, I mean, it didn't dawn on me that I'm a fixer, right? I'm a fixer. I can jump in, solution-oriented. That's just the name of the game for me. But it dawned on me that, sometimes we try to make things more comfortable for people when they need to be uncomfortable, right? And I used to call that helping, but really I was just assisting the problem, because there's a difference between a solution and a temporary fix, right? And when I would come in and I would just do everything I could to just make you more comfortable in this situation, really I was just prolonging their discomfort. But it made me feel good, right? It made me feel good in the now, in the moment, because I'm the fixer, because I didn't know how to listen. I didn't know how to just listen. And then what ends up happening is people become dependent on you. They think that you are supposed to fill this role, but it's really you who taught them to believe that. Because if you're unintentionally creating a role in a relationship for yourself, you're not being authentic, one, and we're really just hurting people. So I think the moral is just to really just be authentic and not try to make them feel comfortable, because you remember what it's like to be uncomfortable. So by observing the conversation with this couple, it took me to a lot of places. It took me to a lot of, I am so happy that I have some more awareness over my thoughts today, and I don't have to say things at a reactive level anymore, because it sounds really awful and hurtful and unloving. And then observing the situation and saying, they're probably just hot, tired, it's heavy, it's hot out. But the emotion of frustration and the emotion of irritability was so reactive. And the things they were talking about were nothing to do with how heavy it was or how hot it was. It was, the stuff he did 7 years ago when she was here with him, blah, 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 But really, they were just frustrated. But the underlining stuff is what comes out in the reactive moments, right? When we don't have control, when we're not understanding how much control we have over our feelings and emotions, because all we've ever done is be reactive, it really brings a lot of hurt to the surface quick. But I don't know, that was a thought process there. But back to the story, the impulse of the video came when I realized You know, so probably 10 minutes go by and they're going by slowly and I'm just observing. Maybe not 10, I don't know. Observing. Well, anyways, in the end, she set down some boundaries with him. She did. She said, I've had enough. I'm not doing this no more. I'm going home. She took off. She was empowered when she did that. So I was so focused on how uncomfortable they were and so focused on my ability. It was my ability. I could have offered them a ride to provide some more comfort for them. But in that situation, I don't think that she would have had that empowered moment. Because their situation would have got more comfortable, which means the feelings that surfaced, that came out in a reactive way of being unloving and unkind, that would have been pushed down a little more, maybe. I don't know. But what a wonderful thing it is to be able to be the observer. And how much you learn. So I just had the impulse to share that. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Benefit of meditation.